to Friday with our people. Hello. There's a lot of people here already. Okay, so I hope you guys have been having a good week. I hope that you've been enjoying the messages that came out on the video on the channel. Hello. We had some difficult ones come through. All right, so today we have more messages that we are tapping into, messages from your person. So I have been kind of getting messages. There's some spiritual messages that want to come through here for each of these piles as well. I'm just called to say I feel like a lot of you guys are in a really good place spiritually and you're making a lot of spiritual progress. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. So we've got 3 piles, as you already know. I know people have already been meditating on their piles, but we'll just go over them really quick. So the first pile we have here is the shadow. That's pile number 1. And then the second pile here we have is the temple, pile number 2. And then the third pile we have here is the judge, pile number 3. All right. Actually feel really calm coming through here with this one. Loving the chaos hoodie. This is old school merch, man. Okay, so tapping into the shadow energy. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some cards here. All right, I'm going to pull some cards. I'm even going to pull some messages cards because this is a messages reading. So Spirit, I've already prayed over everything, so I'm just going to jump right in. All right, Spirit. This is a person who in some way, shape, or form does... I'm hearing they resist the spiritual connection. It's like they know, but it is like there is some resistance here. And maybe spirituality here in general. And then, interesting. Let me just hold off on that for a second. All right, Spirit, what messages want to come through here for pile number 1? All right, Spirit. Messages from your person. Okay, interesting. More cards here. I'm a pile oneer. You know, Luna and Soul have been surprisingly absent this morning. So perhaps not. Okay, let's get some messages here. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start here because there's already a lot of messages that are coming through. So like I was kind of getting before, there's definitely a difference in this pile with the spirituality of both of you. I feel like one person here, I think it's this person that you're asking about, they are like very unconscious here, like to spirituality. And so they're trying to process this connection. They're trying to understand this connection. They have a lot of regrets that have come through here in this connection, but they don't exactly understand why they feel remorseful. They don't understand why they feel regretful. It's almost like they don't have the tools to start getting in here and like unpacking this. I feel like there have been things said or done between the two of you, like I said, that they regret, but they don't understand why. They have this like very strong draw to you. And I feel like this is a person who I'm hearing like they kind of live in darkness. So and to me, it's like I'm hearing selfishness and greed. This is a person who, when they think about making decisions, they don't necessarily think about like, well, is this the proper thing to do? How is this going to affect other people? And instead, they just think about like, well, what's the fastest way for me to get this done? Or what's the fastest way for me to get my results? It's more of like some kind of a conundrum. And I feel like this person had a choice to make here in this situation. Whenever they were confronted with you and in their energy, they would want to illuminate this, but for you, like what was going on for them in their mind whenever they were confronted with your energy, or there was some kind of a choice here, maybe around you and with someone else, or being able to accept whatever it was that you were trying to bring into them, like really offer, like taking your cup of love here in this situation. And so this person really wants to illuminate what was going on for them and that they were really in a state of confusion, but they don't understand this. I'm the one that's kind of translating this here because they really want this illuminated here for themselves. And I think this is why this person's kind of drawn into your light, because I'm hearing everything was clearer when you were around. So I don't know if you're not around this person anymore, or you're not, I feel like some of you are not talking here to this person because they feel like whenever you would say things, whenever you would talk about your side or your perspective of the situation, because I feel like you're illuminated in some way, shape, or form, at least about emotions and like what was going on here between the two of you, then everything like clicked into place. I'm hearing the key. Like you would say things and it would be the key and then it would just kind of click in. So this person's kind of, I'm hearing drowning. Like they're just left to kind of do their emotional work in their mind all by themselves. And I'm seeing these little fish in this fishbowl and they feel like they're just going around and around and around and like ruminating, and they're not making any progress, but it's a very small fishbowl. So I feel like, and there we have the card here, I replay our conversations over and over again. And I feel like, so when this person is trying to understand the situation, they're not getting very far. So I think that's something that they want you to know is like that they're struggling to process this. I'm hearing I'm not where you are. I don't have the ability to understand things the way that you do, but I am actually making my own kind of progress. All they have to go on is really the conversations. They're not really thinking about like deeper meanings or, like how I always say on the channel, behavior exists in a vacuum. This is a person who maybe understands that on a very surface level, that these things mean things, that how things played out, that even their own behavior, I'm hearing like, yeah, their own behavior. They understand that it means something, but they don't know how to even begin pulling that apart. So I feel like this person just has kind of like stayed on the surface level of things. They would also tell you that they've been going through a really hard time here lately. I feel like Spirit is actually trying to kind of puncture this space for this person so that they can actually have a like an awakening or a realization or actually dip into their shadow content and their shadow material, but they're not there yet. So this person's like, I don't really have anything like moving or profound to say like you, because I feel like you have like you're very capable, especially in the realm of conversation and ideas and understand things. I feel like your mind could move like a million miles a minute. And they feel like they've brought you a lot of distress here as well, and that they put you in a position where then you had to make a decision because you weren't getting what you needed here in this situation. And that whole situation then put this person in some kind of like a tailspin, and they want to approach you. So I'm hearing like, if this person hasn't like said anything, it's like they want to approach you. I'm hearing like, I've thought about it for so long. I've thought about so many different ways, but I know that I can't come back empty-handed. I know I need to be able to offer you my cup. But even the way this person's approaching, like, okay, offering you my cup of love, like, how do I do that? Like, which cup should I offer? Like, which truth, which route? There's a lot of anxiety here of like not measuring up to you on a relationship level. And so it's actually resulted in some kind of procrastination. And the interesting thing is like the shadow card in this deck talks about how sometimes the loftiness of our spiritual goals and our spiritual seeking for all that they're worth and trying to illuminate the shadow and everything ends up actually creating more shadow material. So I feel like this person's at the beginning stages of that, where they're I think they're actually creating more shadows, like not just their shadow material, but they're feeling insecure. They are really in this negative place of fantasizing about things not going right. They're them saying the exact wrong thing that's going to come off a certain way. Because I feel like this person has said things in the past. Then we have, I wish I could take back my words here. And then underneath it, we have you speak to me through music. And you might share a connection through music, but you know how music is, it is speech, but it's like on so many levels, it's like quantum, because you have the melody and it like really pulls up your emotions. Like there's that emotional quality to it. I'm feeling this person be like, I wish I could just write you a song, or I wish that I could just, I think they might wish to just play you a song or make you a mixtape or like a playlist or something like that. And then I just saw finding out the truth crushed me. So I feel like with this person, there's something that you said about how you were feeling, or something where it was a moment of realization and they had to wake up to themselves, but it did hurt. And that's what caused like all of this kind of processing. But this person's like a baby at that. They're admitting that. They're like, I'm really new at this here. So this person feels like you don't care. Like maybe you've walked away. They've hurt you too many times. They feel like this relationship is kind of on the back burner and that you're having to heal. And they just really don't know what to do about the situation. But they do actually spend a lot of time thinking about it and ruminating with it. I am feeling like Spirit is trying to help this person here at this current time. It maybe doesn't feel like help because these, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know what it's actually supposed to be, like maybe snowflakes or something, but to me it looks like bullet holes. And so I feel like this person feels like they've been shot at, or like people have been taking shots at them. But it's like, it's messages and it hasn't actually landed to the emotional content, because I feel like this person maybe like needs to needs to cry or something like that. This person feels like you have been having some success and that you're happy living like a simple life and that you have this beautiful new beginning and it's actually going to bear fruit and take you places. And I feel like this person watches you, like with the sun. They want you to kind of feel their warmth. They want you to feel them. Yeah, this is a person who I think has some kind of problem with words or like communicating. They really want your attention, but they want it to happen spontaneously. I feel like this person's been kind of waiting for an opening or something like that because they're just they're really confused. Now, this person's wanting change. That's something as well. They would say that they want change here in this connection with the Seven of Cups. But I think they feel more comfortable just fantasizing about it in their mind. And they fantasize about having, everything kind of work out. I also feel like this to me, I often, in this deck, the Nine of Wands, to me looks like she's protecting her brainstem. So I think this person is feeling very defensive. And that's the first part of it, right? Whenever you start to kind of get a new perspective, this whole situation with you, whatever has gone down here, has actually given this person a new perspective. And I just thought, I regret lying to you. So I think this person was lying to you. I think might have told you like a bold-faced lie is what I'm hearing. But they were lying to you about what it was that they were going through and how it was that they were feeling. But now that this has all kind of been illuminated, that's what's going on is like, I feel like this whole process and this whole relationship with you, it's like illuminating their shadow. But now that it's been illuminated, they are just really being defensive about their brainstem. And that brainstem, funny enough, it is the emotional, not necessarily emotional. Yeah. I mean, the limbic, like the primordial kind of parts of the brain where it runs mostly off of like instinct and feeling. And so I feel like this person's just kind of like they think they're defending their emotion, and in reality they're defending their ingrained patterns and their like instinctual behaviors. I feel like there maybe was some kind of like instinctual behaviors or responses, and this person thought they were following their emotions, but they're realizing that actually their emotions are like a much deeper thing and a much softer thing. And that what they think is their emotions, there's this like staying on this surface level with this person. So they call their instincts their emotions, and they're kind of starting to realize that oh, actually what I thought was my emotions and I was following my emotions were my instincts, and my instincts were to protect something, to protect my past, my brainstem, my bad behaviors, whatever. Like this, that's what caused this lying kind of behavior. And it's because they felt less than. We both know I'm not the one for you. I think you recognize that there's this kind of like opposites attract here in this, and that you kind of balance each other out. And I think you do see qualities in this person that you would actually like to integrate with your own self. But this person just feels less than, like, and that's not your problem. That's not your fault. And I feel like this person would tell you that they just don't feel up to par. In reality, I think they have a ton of shadow content that they are actually working through. And this person's they would tell you they're definitely feeling tired and depressed and confused. And I feel like this person's a lot in their head right now. I feel like really they could use some sunshine. Storms, like I'm hearing storms. So I don't know if they live in a place where there has been storms or it's been wrecked by storms, but there's just a lot of like gray, drab, dreary kinds of energy. And they see that it's like very, very sunny over here in your world. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but they think that you got a really good thing going on here. I think this person wants to be a part of your life, but they actually want to take it slow because this is a person who is afraid that they could potentially hurt you, or that if you really understood, like, so it's less about that is what I'm getting, but it's like they just don't want to hurt you with their bad behaviors. That's why they're like, listen, we both know that I'm not the one for you. So there's a lot going on here in this person's mind. I feel like they've been sick over this situation. That's something that they would want to say. Like for some of you, it's like they've been drinking to kind of process this, and they've been sick. They would want you to know that they have worried about this and about how they've come across. They want this Two of Cups kind of a connection, but this person feels bound. They feel bound. Okay, so I'm really getting that you walked away, even though there was a lot of love and a lot of emotions, and you closed the cycle. And this person always dreams about coming back towards you. And they want to be like cute and fun and funny. But this person's attached to something, and I don't know what it is. For some of them, I am hearing the word addiction. Like they have something here, or you literally left a physical location, but this person feels tied to it because of like their family obligations or something here like that. I feel like there's a person in this person's life that is, or it's an addiction, but I think it's a person, and it's like overbearing. This person feels very overbearing and gets angry. There's like an impulsivity, like an impulsive anger, and they give them things as well, like some kind of sense of security, possibly money, possibly a job. I don't know. But it's definitely like a weird connection here between the two of them. And they know that if they even question this person, or for some of you, it is an addiction, it's some kind of habit, that this person's going to go off on them. They're going to yell. This person knows that they have like some kind of karmic contract here that they need to clean up. And it maybe has to do with Capricorn themes. So status, reputation, business, climbing, the earthly realm. And with Capricorn, it is a climb. And so I feel like this person feels like they've got to climb up and out of something in order to, I heard, get their ass out of bed and come follow you, because I think you're guiding the way. And this person does know that, and they want to kind of follow where it is that you're leading. It's just this person already has these weird contracts. For some of you, yeah, it could be a child. It could be a child here that is their soulmate that they are trying to take care of. And maybe they're in a very combative, argumentative family situation. But it's like, yeah. And they feel like their child's watching this, and then they feel like completely helpless in regards to that. So I feel like this person is just going through a lot, man. And everything seems so peaceful in your world and in your new beginning and in your space and in your home and in your area. And this person is just like, if you were confronted with this, you'd be like, whoa, like, how did we get here? What's been going on? Like this, they just feel like this isn't something here that you are. I think they're embarrassed. That's what I think it is. It's more like they're embarrassed that they've like created this, because they see that you've created something completely different. Yeah, I think this person's been told, I told you so. Oh my gosh. Okay. The mule. And this is, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. I think they're dealing with a person like this, but I think that's actually the vibration on which they actually connect. But this person's stubbornness, I think, is more like that's what this brainstem thing is. It's like they're really sticking to what they know. Because I'm hearing the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And this person feels at the end of their rope and they feel very low energy. I think this person's not taking very good care of themselves. For those of them that are in an addiction, that's kind of part of that spiral. But I feel like they're not eating well. They're not sleeping well. They're not getting outside. So their body feels low, like their cells, their like actual energy feels low, which then is that body-mind connection is kicking in. And so, like, because they have all this work, it's actually making them very irritable. This person is actually very irritable here at this current moment. I'm seeing them play tug of war with somebody else here. And it's literally a physical manifestation of their inner tug of war between their shadow material and their light side. So I think this person, again, maybe they learned this from you or from listening to you or watching you live your life. And maybe you talk about like actually confronting the things that are difficult to confront, and they're trying to do that. But remember, I said it's like actually kind of enlivening and stoking up that shadow a little bit more, because we really have to like accept the shadow a lot of it. Like I understand it is a better word. I think like we try to understand the shadow, like, okay, well, I stuffed all this stuff down in my shadow for this and this reason, because it wasn't appreciated or seen or accepted, and I had to learn how to survive. So I see you and I understand why you're in here, and I understand that you're trying to protect me in these ways. And, you know, and in a way, I think this person sees that you don't defend your brainstem like that. You are actually open to kind of learning these new ways and readjusting, and they are just stubborn as a mule. But I think the other thing I think is like this person doesn't understand the power of like food and rest and that like it's nothing spiritual. I think the strongest thing that this person could do for themselves is like just to eat better and get sleep and rest and take care of their physical self. And then they'll start to have the energy to actually like confront the shadow work. We all know when you get energy work done, you have to drink a lot of water, you have to rest, you have to, eat well, all of that. Opportunities are waiting for you. So this person doesn't want to hold you back. They're saying, look, you're on this like bright new, I think this person thinks whatever it is that they're dealing with is going to hold you back. It's just going to, it restricts them, and they know they have to deal with it, but they don't want it restricting you. And they see you as this new door, and they know that opportunities are waiting. And they're saying, look, I think you're this person's muse. Like you beckon them forward. They want to follow you. They want to go through this door, but they know they have to clean up their mess first. So this person is demonstrating some level of maturity, like in that. We have December. Okay, they might have a target for something in December that they're trying to shoot from. And if this person is in your life, they're keeping this from you. They might want to surprise you, or something like that. Like this is very much a person who wants to clean up their mess behind the scenes and then like kind of show up and not just put a bunch of problems on your plate. And then we have the ladder here as well, climbing towards success. Younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman, compliments from an admirer. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, this is you. And they just want to remind you, look, things are not always going to be this way, and a change is coming. They are working towards a change. They're working towards an announcement where they have taken the crown back. They have stepped up into their own sovereignty because they want you to respect them. This person has a lot of love and admiration and respect for you, and they want you to have the same for them. And they know they have obstacles to overcome, and they know they have temptation to overcome as well, which is falling back into these old patterns and habits. Like, I don't even think it's really a person. Even if you think there's a person there, I really don't think that person is the temptation. It's the familiarity. It's the well-worn neural grooves in the brain. It's the exhaustion. And so, yeah, this person has to just change their experience. They need to look at themselves and life differently, and they're doing that, but it's taking a lot out of them. And I feel like this person really just wants to keep you protected from all of that, because I'm just hearing, look, it's just a mess. Like, it's just all just a mess. So let me get some more. Thank you guys so much. Yes, press the like button. Okay, so let me just get some more messages coming out here for this person. Please give me a second chance. But this person wants to earn a second chance with you. This is somebody who knows they messed up. They have regrets. There's a lot of regrets. I wish I could take back my words. I regret lying to you. And then we have, I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson and I love you. My life is not as together as it seems. Yeah. Please give me a second chance. They really want to come back. But they want to be ready for that second chance. And they want to have something to offer you besides like just their nonsense. I am afraid of getting too serious. I was hurt before. Yeah, I think this person got sucked in to some kind of negative cycle, some kind of negative behavior, and it doesn't have to be romantic. Like, I'm picturing that devil energy. It could have been with a company or a business. And I'm hearing that word commitment, and Capricorn to me, like, and Saturn is about commitments. So it's like they're afraid of getting tied down. They're afraid of committing themselves to something. And they I think they've had this experience. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily like romantic. They just don't like to be controlled. They don't like to like be, I'm hearing like commandeered. Don't forget about me. I haven't forgot about you. I'm putting myself first for right now. They are. And I think it's actually a good move. I hide my true desires for you. Yeah, this person hides the way that they feel. I love you so much, but I keep running from you. I don't understand why I do this. I really want to hone in on that. This person doesn't understand their own behavior. They know that there are things to understand about their behavior. They're like, well, I keep doing this. There must be a reason. There must be a reason, but I don't know why. And so I think when they try to figure out why, they replay your conversations. Like, well, what did she say that made me feel like I wanted to do that or something? But they need to understand their inner world, their shadow. This is all about them trying to understand their shadow. And their shadow is like really rearing up right now. And they have to, whatever situation, oh my gosh, okay, I get it. Whatever situation that they're in, their shadow is the key to unlocking it. Because I feel like this person's being like domineered or commandeered or overbeared upon, and their shadow wants to protect them and get in here and be like, actually, no. And you also know, and also no to this, and clean that up. And, but they're not really doing that. Thank you so much, Catherine, for the $20. Yeah, so they want to get in here and be like that. Their shadow is like, do you want to tap me in, coach? You want to tap me in? But I think this is, and we've seen this before, and I never know how to explain this. It's a bit of an irony with this pile. It's a bit of a paradox, because I feel like, ironically, you are this person's shadow. Now, keep in mind, shadow doesn't necessarily mean negative traits. It's the traits that hi, Luna. They were asking about you. My little girl cat, she's the moon, the feelings, the subconscious, just came over and quietly sat by me. So I feel like this person's subconscious is just kind of starting to quietly kind of sit there and listen. But with the shadow energy, oh my gosh, there's some real resistance to having this like come through, because it's the key to this person's enlightenment, to having this message come through. But your energy is their shadow, but I feel like you are like open or loving or positive. And especially if this is a male that you're asking about, a lot of times they have to be strong and tough and no nonsense. Remember I was saying this person's first instinct is not to lead with empathy or like, how is this going to affect other people? It's how do I get mine? How do I navigate this situation? They've kind of, that's their light side, quote unquote light side. It's not their positive side. Thank you so much, Natalie, for the $10 and the 99 cents history with psychology. Thank you guys so much. So what I'm trying to explain here is that this person stuffed those traits of being positive and friendly and open and empathetic down into their shadow self because they thought that's going to get me taken advantage of. I actually don't get praised when I'm like that. So for some of these people, they could have grown up in a household, especially if they're male, where it was like, no, you got to be like ruthless. You got to be a certain way. You got to be tough. And they got praised for that instead of like a lot of us probably when we were kind or nice or vulnerable or something, like we got seen. And we got praised for that. So those are the traits in their shadow. And they're actually very positive. And I'm hearing pro-social. And they actually build connection. And I'm seeing this person building connection out of a pit. So actually building other connections with other people that are better and more pro-social themselves is actually what's going to get them out of whatever rut or whatever pit. Because I feel like this person feels they don't have options. And they don't have options because they haven't actually been making social connections that actually resonate with their soul, like you. Like that actually resonate with their soul. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah. So it's like they need to step into this new way of being where it's not all about power and domination. Again, like very themes of Capricorn or climbing to the top in order to like, this is a person who thinks that they have to have position in order to keep people around. Because if they don't have power or position, see how it's very antisocial? Kind of like, it's very antisocial. I'm not saying this person's like, you know, psychopath or anything. I don't get that. I just think that they have a skewed view of the world. They haven't learned that like, people will just stay around if you treat them well, you know, if you just want to get to know them, but you teach this person that. So, I think about you so much, it's scaring me, and scaring almost look like scarring. So, I don't know. I'm sorry for messing everything up. You deserve so much more. This person's having an empathetic experience towards you. They are genuinely upset that when you were around them before, they didn't lead with their emotions. They didn't lead with their empathy. I think maybe they even thought that they were, but it was like more their instinct, and their instinct was telling them to protect their position and their authority and, you know, being in this type of way. And they genuinely regret that. And I feel like this may be like the only experience they have or like the strongest experience they have. With feeling that. I think for some of them there's a child around and they've experienced this with this child here as well. Yeah, there's a lot that's going on here. Anything else? I hope our paths will cross again. Remember, I was saying that, and this goes back to this person liking to be in control, not wanting to have to be vulnerable, and like, I'm seeing that very classic, like a man getting down on one knee, not wanting to have to do that. It's too vulnerable. I hope our paths will cross again. So it's like, they just want this to serendipitously come through because I think they wronged you in some way. So there's really no reason that like you would go back to them or that you would want to start a conversation with them. Because I think you know that you need to heal from something here, but they hope it will cross again. That way they don't have to actually, I'm hearing the word capitulate, but I don't think you would see it as, I think it's just, owning something you did wrong and saying sorry. But this person's like, I don't want to capitulate. I don't want to be weak. They don't want to have to do that. But I feel like ironically, that might be the way back, is like they need to understand fully what they did and apologize for what they did. Cause they genuinely feel sorry. It's just, they don't want to say that to you because they've been in such a world of power and domination. They think if they say sorry, it's an admission of guilt and that you would rub it in their face or that you could. It has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with the environment that this person has been around. And that's what, I don't think this person has been treated very kindly, to be honest, like, especially, as a child. And they don't, like, language is something I think they feel scared by too, because they can just get like, I think this person accidentally does things wrong socially. There's something here where they don't understand things socially, and then they get corrected and it hurts, and then they automatically get defensive and then defend their own instincts and like why they did something instead of softening and like learning and integrating, something like that. Yeah. I don't understand what this connection really is. Yeah. So, this person is kind of flying a little bit blind here. I don't think they even understand. I'm hearing the word energy work. Like, I feel like there's a certain amount of energy work that has been going on, or maybe you do energy work, on yourself, and there's a spiritual connection, and therefore they're experiencing energy work. And I think they experience this as a bit chaotic because they don't know what's happening. And so it feels like it's just kind of happening to them, or for those of you who are trying to send healing energy, like, again, I think this person fights even that. So, okay, is there anything else that you want to say? Oh, okay. Interesting. Victim is on the bottom. Like, this person's worried that maybe they did victimize you in some way. But yeah, like, and I think this person, there's something going on here where I do think sometimes this person wonders if you don't, like, if you're trying to get positive feedback by playing a victim, or like with this dilettante energy, pretending to know more than you actually know, or that you're the trickster. But I feel like this is how this person feels on the inside, and then they just project it out towards you. They actually manipulate others through duplicity to get what they want. They maybe pretend like they know more than they do sometimes, and then I feel like this person doesn't play the victim at all. And because they synthesize everything as a power play, they think that they don't think people can be genuinely victimized. I mean, I think they do think that logically, but it's like, they're like, oh, you just want me to capitulate. There's that word again. You just want me to capitulate. You just want me to say that I'm sorry. And so that you can have the upper hand. And that's a sad way of being. So I feel like this person's really, they're watching you, and this is good. Like, this is really good. Spirit needs them to watch you, because in considering your energy, they have to consider an entirely different kind of person. Like, I'm just hearing an entirely different kind of human being, and an entirely different kind of worldview than they're used to. And it's the worldview of their shadow, and it's actually a pretty nice place. So that's what I have for you guys for pile number 1. Yes. All right. So let me just have a drink of my tea. Serendipity is the sign for my gramps, which I prayed for. Nice. Capitulate means, it'd probably be best to just look it up, but it's like, they have to give in to you. They have to make themselves less than you. They have to give in to whatever it is that you're saying. You've put them in a position. Being the victim, like in this scenario, being the victim means that you have put them into a position where they have no choice but to go along with your frame, the way that you see things, and kind of acquiesce to that, instead of, this is the truth of what's happened. You've hurt somebody's feelings, or you misread the situation. You're bad socially. You need to own that. And instead, when you get shown like a different way, then you resort to power games, and then you try to, I don't know what this person would do, like maybe puff out, try to give you a lecture about something, like turn their own defensiveness into them, like, this person would just do some kind of weird maneuver to avoid it, like, actually landing. Learn the lesson. Nice. And then at the bottom we have, I want to be more than friends. So, okay. I feel like that's all we have for pile number 1. That was the shadow. Okay, moving on to pile number 2, the temple. All right, let me just switch my decks here. Yes, you're welcome. All right. I feel like this person's been praying for something here. Praying for clarity is what I've heard. Oh, okay. There's a lot of love here in this. This person loves you a lot. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. So much love already coming through here. I'm not even going to pull any cards here. Because we have, with this temple card, right, we have so much green energy, that color of the heart chakra that's coming through. That's immediately what I was picking up on. I feel like this person may pray for you and just like, I don't know, put a lot of like heart energy out. And then with the Empress, I mean, this person definitely thinks that you are like their person. You're the divine counterpart. They want to grow. I feel like they see you as the Empress, somebody who is just very much in their power, on their throne, very well balanced, very abundant. I feel like you dress nice, you smell nice, you look nice. Like, yeah, this person, I'm hearing that song, Treat Me Like a Queen, Now You Got Me Feeling Thrown. Maybe this person really likes the way that you treat them as well, and they want to bring some kind of truth in here to this situation. They see you as like somebody that they can have everything with. Oh my gosh, this is just like an overwhelming feeling, and I feel like they think that you're somebody they've been praying for. This person sees you as someone that they've prayed for, and this is somebody who's been working really hard on their own goals and everything. And maybe this person, they've never met anyone like you, is what I'm hearing. And it was easy for this person to kind of get lost in things because I think they were really working on building towards their own success. This person has a goal that they have very much been like kind of reaching towards. And so they weren't really like, I think they've been praying for love, but I don't know. It's like they never really found it, but then they saw you. And now I saw her face, and I'm a believer, and not a trace, a doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Yeah, this person like loves you. This is like really a good vibe going on around this. But there's also heartbreak too. I don't understand. So let me just pull some more cards here. All right, Spirit, what does this person want to say? Nothing. This person's like, don't tell them. Don't tell them that I love them so much. I'm not where I want to be. This person's like, don't tell them I'm not where I want to be. They are my wish fulfillment. I want them to see me like a certain way. Okay, I feel like this person could potentially be having money troubles, like money difficulties, and they just don't want you to know because, like I said, this person's been working, and we've gotten this energy before where this person doesn't want you to see them as they are because they know that they're more than that. They know that, I feel like this person's had to make decisions that put them in a certain place, like financially, but it's going to pay off kind of like in the long run. And I kind of feel like this person's worried about other people around you as well. They're worried that you have other options. And yeah, I'm hearing for some of them, maybe they've been on like government assistance or something like that. And they just see you as like so abundant, and they don't want you to see them where they are right now. So they're like, I really don't have any messages. Thank you so much, Heather, for the $10. Oh, thank you. We make these candles. I know you know that. Okay, so, oh my gosh, there's something here. There's something here. I just saw the 7 of Swords. I feel like this person might sneakily watch you. Okay. Hello. All right. Okay, this person's sad. They're grieving. So this person's gone through some kind of recent loss, and it feels like... And so they're like in the pits. They're like at the bottom of the bottom, and they feel like you are at the top of the top. And this person's saying things like, well, just my luck, to like meet this person when I'm not doing so well. This person's burdened. They have a lot of responsibilities. They kind of make themselves crazy over this. Okay, well, what messages do they have here for pile number 2? They're working. I'm hearing I'm working on it. They don't know how you feel about them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like you could be at the beginning of something here. Okay, the 7 of Swords came out again. This person's worried about somebody else around you. Very, very much worried about somebody else around you. And what does it mean? So I feel like this person is, like, who is that? They're wondering if you're with someone. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then we've got the Tower. This person's feeling very much alone. Okay, I don't know what's gone on. This person has really gone through something, and they've been praying a lot. Like, it's really, whatever they've gone through, it was a Tower moment, and maybe they had to like go away for a while, and now they're spending time here in isolation. They had to move away from something, and it could have been even fortunate circumstances, and now they're spending a lot of time alone. They really want to come in and offer you something. Look, like, same as pile number 1, you're being seen here as the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so let me just pull some messages cards here. Hold on real quick. And on a trace. Okay, I wish things could be different. This person's going through a lot. they feel like there's a blockage to get to you, and they think it's another person. And yeah, like Vanya is saying this. Okay, so for a lot of you, like I was saying before, it's more like questions about a person. And it could even be like that this is because this person is feeling lowly, and we've got my Emperor wannabe card coming out here, and then it's like the Emperor is coming out. It could just be that they like fantasize about like the kind of person that you deserve, or like the kind of person that potentially could be around. I feel you leaving me behind. This person feels like you're taken off. Energetically. I remember every detail of that day. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. This person has had a tower moment in their work situation. They could have been suddenly fired or something like that. It's really affected their finances. This person's been in a very negative space. They've been praying a lot here, and they feel on the outskirts like of society. They feel like very strange. They feel and they don't want to tell you really any of this, but I'm hearing like, but I know that it's like you're my wish fulfillment, and like we would have to open up and kind of talk about these things. This person's like very hesitantly, slowly kind of cracking the door here. This person maybe has even done something. Somebody could have been sneaking around this person. So there could have been some kind of foul play that was involved here. I'm hearing tricked. I got tricked. So, okay, this person could have gotten tricked. They could have taken a bad opportunity, made a bad decision. Yeah. They took a bad deal is what I'm getting. Okay, something's going on here. This person took a bad deal. They maybe thought somebody was offering help or assistance, and they were in like a weakened state or something like that. Like they were trying to protect themselves, and I don't really think that it worked out for them. I think for most of these people, this involves a work situation, but for some people it could involve love. It could have even involved like, again, with like the abundance energy, something like that. Like maybe it was an Empress, but this like really didn't work out for them, and now it's left them all alone, and it's left them to like reflect on whatever this was here in this situation. But some like foul play. I'm hearing foul play. Something is really foul. Something was very foul, and this person is afraid to contact you. Maybe this person thinks that you could offer them assistance here in one way or another. Sanctuary, comfort, support, finances, love, whatever it is. Like I think you are just kind of a soothing balm, but they're afraid to reach out. They're afraid to contact you because they feel so insecure, and they really don't want you to see them in the state that they're in, because they see you as the Empress. They want you to see them as the Emperor. For some of you, it's like maybe they were trying to impress you. Like maybe they were trying to get up on their finances, or they were trying to make certain moves in order to impress you, and then something like really did fall through here in this scenario. Is this resonating? Because this is like a very specific situation that I'm picking up on. This person does secretly watch you. I feel like this person is like angry. They're angry, not at you, but at I feel like this person feels like the world has done them in, or like fate, or something like that. It's making them upset. I feel like this person actually needs to cry, but they're just really feeling angry. They feel like you've got your walls up, or that you would be suspicious of them. Judgment, or they're afraid of judgment. Yeah, this person has skeletons in their closet. I'm hearing, I got skeletons in my closet, and I don't know if no one knows it. So before they throw me inside my coffin and close it, I'm going to expose it. Take you back to 73, before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD. So I feel like this person, it's like, maybe they had to do shady things, or they made some weird moves. This could be a continuation of pile number one, because remember I was saying that person doesn't really think about like empathy, or is this the best situation? Is this going to be what's best for other people? They don't. So I feel like because of that, right? Karma, that links to karma, because knowing how everything is kind of connected through consequence is like a big thing. And I feel like this person has created some kind of negative karma because they were being very selfish. They were trying to be very sneaky and very, they took some kind of sneaky moves here, man. And it came out. I'm going to expose it. Maybe this person felt like they needed to expose it, or someone, or they feel like they do, but then they're afraid of getting judged. But Yeah, this is like a lot here. This is a lot. They're starting to look at things differently now. So this person feels like they were manipulated. I don't think this is by you. I think they see you as somebody who could help them in some way, either understand this or um this person is looking at a person or a group of people that they got involved with. They're looking at them very differently here. They're realizing that somebody here was trying to hold them up or get them to see a situation differently, to get them to see them as their healing or their star or their goal. Okay, I feel like this person, this is kind of coming through here now. This person got seduced in some way. And I kind of feel like it was something was very seductive, or it looked very plentiful. It looked very promising. And they were in some kind of like a negative situation financially, but also in terms of their insecurity. And so they took some kind of like hidden, secretive, negative moves that ultimately, it could have ended a relationship. It could have ended some other kind of like foundation. That might have been the sneaky moves that they took. But that now all of that has come back around to hit them karmically. This is something we all understand. This is not something this person understands. They are starting to understand it because we do somewhere. We have the hermit. So this person, this is a spiritual turning point for this person, a reckoning. I'm hearing this is a reckoning. That's what this judgment energy is. This is a reckoning. Everything is kind of coming to the surface. Ooh, and I'm seeing this person just like, ooh, like kind of looking around. You know Peter Quill, like at the beginning of the one that he's in, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's doing that dance, hey, hey, and he's grabbing that rat and singing into it, you know? It's like if the music stopped and he was like, ew, I'm holding a rat to my face, you know? Like, ew, this place is kind of drab. You know, it's like that with this person. And whoever it is, I feel like this person is with some kind of bad business deal or something. Whoever they got involved with is extremely stubborn, because I forgot to put these away from the last meeting. So it was like, oh yeah, come through door number 1. But then this person was extremely stubborn, and they put the ties on this person. They put the ties on this person. So they've been praying for help, but they feel like there's some kind of barrier here, and that like spirit isn't hearing them. They've been left like really, really alone. And this is reminding me of the messages that came out in the last reading that I put up on the channel, the Comfort During Heartbreak, where the in pile number 1, where it was like, listen, you got corrected or you got checked, you got yourself into this mess. Because this person has done some shady things, I think, they thought that it was strategic. They thought that it was smart. They thought that it just made sense. They thought it wasn't going to come out into the light of day. They thought nobody was going to know about it. And then, but karma knows about it. And so this person has been left alone, and their guides are like, you got yourself into this mess. You need to get yourself out of this mess. Maybe if you experience what this other person experienced, then you have to walk. You know, they say you have to walk it out. If you put something in darkness, you have to walk it back out into the light. So this person's currently in the process of doing that. They could have had a family shatter. I'm hearing like through cheating, through some kind of financial stealing, or like, this is bad. Like, I can't tell exactly what this is, but this is bad. And there could have been some like, I don't know, some like temptation. Their fortune was wiped. I'm hearing wiped, but it was like reversed. There's an extreme reversal in fortune here, because they didn't respect something that they should have respected. Something that actually took a lot of hard work. They just, I think in some way they took some kind of like sneaky move and just like knocked it over, or took something that was someone else's because they felt like they could, or they felt like it was never going to come out. And yeah, I'm hearing Ghost from Christmas Past. So I'm seeing December here as well. And I'm hearing that song, I Go Back to December, all the time. So this person has regrets. And maybe because they understand that you understand karma, they feel like you're their healer, or like you would know, or you're their light in the darkness during this time where they have kind of been strung up. And in order to have to get a different perspective here on this situation, this is this person, like, to me, it looks like, okay, this is your birthday party, and there's like the candles here on the cake, and this person's like, welcome, but they're like a mummy. Like this person's like, they don't have much to give. Somebody here pirated in a situation, and now this person's on the defense. So they see you, they want to offer you something, but this person's not exactly in the place to offer you anything. So they could be trying to, you want to watch this person, they could be trying to pretend like they're the emperor, but I kind of feel like they might be trying to get something out of you. And this person's kind of weird. I don't understand their associations with love, because they do love you like in their own way, but then they're also very strategic, and they feel like, well, they need to strategically get themselves in a better place. So we have, I'm afraid to contact you. This person is, because I'm hearing like, I told you so, or they should have, you were the person they should have chosen, or you were like the proper path. So they're afraid to contact you because then you would see them for what they are. Just being near you is intoxicating. I look for you everywhere. And then I feel you even though we're apart. So there's definitely distance here. There's definitely distance going on. This person wants to send you a message, but they don't know what they would say. I feel like this person just kind of sits down to write you a message and then they delete it. And then they get confused. They feel like if they gave you a message, you would be confused. Like why you were hearing from them, or like you would be suspicious. And I think you would be. I think you would be suspicious. Look, I know I was a distraction from your pain. I want to tell you how I feel. I don't know that this person, look, they wish that they had treated you better. I wonder if you're happy without me. I can't stop thinking about you. Because I think this person, this is so strange. I think they feel like your soulmates. This is so weird to me, because it's like, why does this person behave the way that they behave? If they feel this way about you, it's just their makeup. Like, I'm not making an excuse. It's like, I don't understand this person. I feel like that's how you feel. You're like, then if you feel like I'm your soulmate, then why did you treat me this way? And this person maybe feels like they have some explaining to do if they were to come back and to try to offer you something. Because this person, this is different than pile number one. They see you as the Ace of Pentacles in both spreads, but it's like they see you as having already set up shop here. And then that you would think that whatever they were trying to offer you has the potential to rain on your parade, and it does. And this person wouldn't understand that it does, because, this is also going back to that pile number one you might want to watch that. Pile number one in the reading that I just put up on the channel, the Comfort During Heartbreak, it said, look, you cause your own mistakes. This message needed to come in. This like tower moment shaky kind of message needed to come in because you don't understand certain things about yourself, but also because they thought like with the Ace of Cups, like, oh, well, my intentions are pure and that's all that matters, right? Well, their energy state was very chaotic. It was the Eight of Wands. So they have this like very bull in a china shop kind of an energy. And then they're like, oh, I want to be the Ace of Cups for a day. You know, I want to offer this person like something nice, something lovely. But then all this energy is like right there, and it destroys things. So this person's energy has the potential of being very destructive. And this person doesn't get that. They don't understand this. So what messages want to come through? This is somebody, I can feel them in my mind trying to kind of craft a narrative or to shine their situation in a better light than it actually is. That's why I'm struggling here, like with pulling out these actual messages, because their messages are jumbled. That's part of that chaotic energy. This person cannot just be truthful. Thank you so much, Terang. This person cannot just be truthful with you because they're embarrassed. First of all, they're embarrassed. They know that they fell into someone's trap here. And it feels like it has something to do with you. Not the trap part, but it feels like they turned away from you in order to go down this stupid path. Like, that ended up being horrible. And they feel like they owe you an explanation, or that, like, they have no right. That's kind of what it is. It's like, they have no right to need you, to ask you for anything. That's what I'm getting. It's like, they have no right to ask you for anything. And I think they're kind of right. All right. I just saw the Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's like really hearkening back to that. This person, they just want everything. They want to erase everything. They just want everything to be pleasant and happy, and to like go back in time and be like, I didn't do any of this like messed up stuff. This person has so much anxiety. All they want is to come near you. They want this like passionate new beginning. They fantasize about it all the time. They try to think about ways they could potentially do it. But they know that they would have to destroy something here, maybe even in your world, or that it would be like completely out of the blue. It would be very shocking for this person to kind of come back. And they wonder if you, like, they think you don't even have emotions for them anymore, that you've like moved on, and maybe you've moved on here to somebody else, somebody calm and peaceful and stable, and who brings like genuine peace and love into your world. So this person's like all confused about that because they feel like you're their soulmate and that you're the star. They feel responsible for this attachment. This person has formed an attachment with someone here. And it was coming through like some kind of business deal. But then also we had the Empress. So I don't know if it's like mixing business and pleasure or something like that. But then this person ended up domineering them. And they did it very sweetly. Whoever this was. And it doesn't have to be a female either. This could just be a slick talker. Somebody who's very good at tricking people. This person is like whoever they followed is like a practiced liar. Like, and this person is also dishonest. And so that's where they meet. That's like why they vibe on the same level. So Spirit is saying, look, there's been some kind of an ending here. And this person was clinging to this. I feel like this person refused to see this for a long time. They knew actually that they had gotten themselves in with somebody pretty untrustworthy or some kind of situation pretty untrustworthy. And they were trying to kind of ignore it. And I think this person was calling it balance or they were calling it peace when really it was just ignoring whatever had gone on here. So Spirit is saying, listen, you have to go within. You have to get right. For some of these people, they could have been drinking like very heavily. This person needs to understand the clarity here of the situation. They need to understand the gravity they need to understand that their actions have consequences. That's what it is. Because I keep coming back to this, like what I said at the beginning of they don't think about how their actions affect other people. They just think what's strategic for them. They don't understand that they're a part of this interconnected web and that that's important, and treating people well is important, and finding what's meant for you is important, and not taking from other people is important. So this is definitely that pile number one person in the message where it's like, you did all of this. You did all of this. I feel like I just heard somebody's coming in to take their place. Maybe with you. So if you've left this person, this is a promise from Spirit. You have somebody coming in potentially very quickly. And I don't think they're from the same place as you. And they actually have a lot of love for you. This person is going to be all the things that this person can't be. They are going to be the love. They are going to be the faith. They are going to be the stability. And you are going to have everything with this person. And you are just going to be out of reach. You're going to be fine without this person. And this person's going to have to sweat it. They're going to have to sweat it. And unfortunately, this is how they heal. Because they need to go in, they need to think about what they've done. That's what I'm hearing. They need to think about what they've done. They need to think, because, and you know, this person, they kind of are like, it's very telling that the only thing that kind of like snapped this person into a spiritual experience is like when they lost something. Because this person's been sneaking around for years is what I'm getting. Maybe especially in a workplace scenario, you know, maybe being friends with people, like causing fights, arguments, you know, blocks, difficult decisions. This person's been doing this. And they didn't care when it was other people. When they were displacing it everywhere towards other people, they didn't care. But now it's come back around. It is fully come back around. Their fortune has been changed. Their fortune, even with you, has been changed. And I think this is actually upsetting them here as well. You wouldn't think this person has a heart at the beginning, but they're realizing they have one. That's why I was picking up on all this heart energy, is because I feel like whatever this is, ironically, it is like really shoved them into their heart space. This is a really painful way of having your heart space, your heart center opened up. But I feel like this person is starting to realize that they do actually have a heart. They do actually have love, and they have love for you. And they're realizing that they messed it up and that they were very stubborn, trying to build something over here. This is wild. This incoming person, tell you more about this incoming person. I mean, they're very romantic. They're very creative. There's a lot of love between the two of you. This is definitely a soulmate that's coming in. This is a person who is actually very independent in their soul. They may be financially independent here as well, or they definitely have that possibility. And it's like when the two of you join forces, you have a lot of love and stability and strength between the two of you. This person who's coming in, you can literally have anything that you want. I feel like this new connection that's coming in is very much guided by the angels. And you feel so at peace and so at calm, and you really are. I think you're blocking this person. That's what I think. I think even energetically, you're putting up blocks to this person, and again, they can very much feel that. They can very much feel that, and I'm hearing I go back to December all the time. I go back and change my own mind. Like, it's these kinds of things, and this person kind of has to. This other person from your past has to sit in their sorrow. They might even feel like they are. I think this person from the past, they have like a string of difficult decisions. No win scenarios is what I'm hearing. No win scenarios. It's just a lot of turmoil, a lot of conflict. And this is them unbuttoning the buttons and like untying the karmic knots that they themselves have put into place. I think this person hasn't taken responsibility for these things, this person from the past, because they just thought it was strategic. They just thought, well, anybody would do this if they had the opportunity to do this, so I'm not doing anything wrong. But they are, and there were very negative consequences. And the people that they've taken from are now in a stage of prosper, and they might have tried to take from you. This person's watching you. This person's watching you on some level. It feels like on social media from a distance. This person like has a glimpse into your life, into you actually thriving and actually prospering. And I feel like this person thinks they have a decision to make in regards of you, but you've cut it off. You've cut it off. It was a painful ending, but you've cut it off. And now they're feeling defensive. So this is the ricochet back towards this person. That's what this is. And this new person that's coming in is just, it's all the things. And it'll be very fiery and very passionate. You'll have a very good conversational chemistry between the two of you, and you'll build. And this is Three of Pentacles for me. It's like building something like divine through your work together with this new person. I think they've had a heartbreak. They've had a recent heartbreak as well. So you understand each other. That's what I'm getting. You understand each other in that way. And they maybe have, this new person that's coming in was maybe looking for their love, and maybe they thought it was somebody from their past that broke their heart. And as their heart begins to heal, they'll realize that that was a heartbreaker situation. There was a lot of sneakiness. I feel like this person got cheated on, whoever's coming in. It's kind of a similar situation with you, where it's like somebody here that they thought they were in love with is very similar to this person, where it's like they are just nasty and sneaky. And then, so this person, once they start to heal, they're going to realize that their heart's been calling out for love, and they actually manifested you. And because they're waiting for their ships to come in. So this new person, it's like, I think you're not from the same place. They were calling you in, you were calling them in. And it's going to change your fortunes for the better. And there's just a lot of love here and a lot of compatibility. I'm hearing, and don't ever forget it. Spirit is like, special delivery. Spirit's like, don't you ever forget we sent this in for you. I'm hearing, I fix all things. Because you didn't do anything wrong in this situation is what I'm getting. Like with this previous person, you just got done the dirty on. Yeah, like this person, it was like literally, it's not usually like this, but literally it was like all this person's doing that messed up the situation, and not to do with you. They messed it up because they were selfish. So, okay, look, Apple. Temptation will test you. Obstacles to overcome. This person has been tested. Stepped away for your own peace. Diamond, you'll be receiving a precious gift. And the precious gift is this soulmate that's coming in from this. So I'm hearing you've already cut ties with this person that you're asking about in pile number 2, or whose energy is coming through here. You've already cut ties with it. But thank them for the gift, because the soulmate that's coming in, that this person's going to stress about, either they're going to sense it, that there's like somebody that's come in for you, or this person in some way keeps, I just heard your family, or your friends, like this person kind of keeps up on you in some way, because you're highly thought of in their mind. And now this person has to sweat this other person who is, and watching them. I feel like it's this person's karma to watch someone else treat you and love you and give you all the things that this person should have been doing. Yeah. Okay, cracked cup, but I just, I heard cracked up. So I'm hearing like, you crack me up. So I feel like this new person is cracking you up. Like they just crack you up. Yeah, this person, they have a cracked cup. That cup of love, they thought it was a cup of love and it was a cup of bullshit. So it got broken. And now they have to be dissatisfied with life. They're dissatisfied with life. So this person, this is why we've had such a struggle with these messages, because this person came in wanting to like, oh, I have so much love for you. You're my soulmate, right? With the temple card and the Empress. And they do. Okay. But it's like, they've just realized that they have a heart, and that they have a heart space. And that's, remember what I was saying in pile number 1 of this reading, that they thought their emotions were their instincts. They were confusing them. Well, in this pile, this person has just realized like about their emotions, and that their emotions have been leading them towards you the entire time in a really undeniable, very strong way. So this person does want to come through and say, look, I've discovered my love for you. So if you're looking for that validation of like, yes, I love you. Yes, I care about you. Yes, you're everything. Yeah, this person definitely feels that way. It's also their punishment. I'm literally hearing the word punishment, but it's coming through like, it's like a torturous experience that's forcing them inwards. This karma that's coming back towards them to watch you be loved, genuinely loved by somebody, not them. And so they wanted you to think that they were the emperor, and they kind of wanted to open up and tell you that this is a person who is like, they kind of want to open up and tell you that they've gone through a difficult time, but they try to make it seem like it wasn't their fault. They would try to cover things up. They would try to sweep things under the rug. Remember all those bad decisions, the selfish decisions, the strategic decisions? They would own none of that. And in giving you these messages that they had done those things, they were really trying to kind of like hide that. And then, so that they could see you as the emperor. They would also want to tell you that they're nervous about other people that are around you because they're feeling the competition, because this person feels like they have not shit to give you because they messed up their life. They've had an extreme reversal in fortune. But they would try to bring that up like, oh, you're my soulmate. Like, don't you feel it too? Are you considering other people? And I think this person has put you in a situation or has put you through so much that, yeah, of course you are. So this person's like really confused in their energy. And now that's hearkening back to pile number 1 in the last reading on the channel, where they want to offer you this new beginning with the Ace of Cups. They can't for the life of them understand why that's not going the way that they want, because their energy is all jumbled. And that's why their spirit guides were saying, you got yourself into this mess, probably by stepping on the heads and hearts of others. You will get yourself out of this mess. That's what you're doing for the rest of your life, is dealing with that, cleaning that up. This person and all the other people that you've hurt who didn't do anything wrong, and instead who got the kickback of you being disgusting, they're now going to start prospering. That's what's going on. This is like a really difficult message, but this person has done some very bad things. Yeah, it's that's their gift. So remember we had the diamond card come out that says you'll be receiving a gift. And in pile number 1, I said that was actually the best thing that could happen. It is actually a gift. It's an ego death. They didn't understand certain things about themselves. This is actually the gift that's coming in for them, is this gift of understanding of what's real and what isn't. And that their actions have consequences. That actions have consequences. You know, for those of us who already know that, that's actually a comfort, that actions have consequences. For people who are going around stepping on hearts, that's something that's scary to them. Like, oh no, my actions have consequences. Well, you need to be living differently then, if that's your okay, so I have this new love messages deck. We'll pull some of these messages and then we'll move on. All right, so what would they say to you? I'm ready to be loved the way I love. Yes. 11:11 on the clock. Oh my gosh, it is. All right. What do they want to say? I'm working on myself so I can come back. Please wait for me. I know they are working on themselves. So they are. I don't think you're waiting though. They'd like you to. I'm always here for you. Yeah. Even energetically, I feel like this person wants to be there for you, but they're just learning how to be there for someone. It's nice. It's sweet. And we should kind of celebrate this, that this person has actually just woken up their heart space. That was that tower moment. It was like an EKG, shock to the heart, like whatever this was. I'm so sorry for messing everything up. You deserve so much more. I'm working on myself each day so I can come back to you. So this person's, the word reckoning is coming out. It's a reckoning. Like, I think this person actually is in a very delicate, soft, tender space. And I do think this is actually going to lead to permanent change. I just think that you're meant to stay out of it so that this person doesn't get what they want and then like cut the process off prematurely. Thank you so much, Araceli. I hope I'm saying that correctly. For the $9.99. Delulu. So we all watched Charlotte Dobre. Delulu. Yes. So they are sorry. They are actually, this is healing. They're going through a healing crisis is what's happening. And they're praying and they're praying, I think, for you. They see you again as the star, but this person is being siphoned off, barricaded off by their guides so that they can actually work with them. They need to understand. I'm hearing the word contemplate. I actually hear that a lot in my readings. And even sometimes when I'm responding to comments, my guides will be like, stop explaining. They need to contemplate. It's actually a part of their spiritual journey to contemplate on this. Yes, you could explain it for them, but it's just like the finger that comes in and pokes the cocoon for the butterfly. The butterfly has to get out itself. So even though, yes, they're confused and they have this question and they're asking you, some of these people are asking this question to get the pressure off of themselves, but we need the pressure to stay on themselves. We need them to go around and around and contemplate so that they can actually get the traction on what we need them to get the traction on. And I feel like that's what this person is doing. So they are engaged in a genuine process. They are working on themselves. I think they're working on themselves so that they can actually get back to you. I think you are a huge motivating factor to this person. I personally don't think it's going to happen in this lifetime, but I think they're very motivated to do that. I'm afraid of getting too serious. I was hurt before. This person was hurt before, but by a series of very selfish, very ignorant, uncaring actions. This person's kind of looking at the fact that they got involved with a very nasty person, but they resonate on the same level with this person. Let me put it this way. You or I wouldn't have ended up in that situation. Why? Because we have character. That's why. I have my true desires for you. I'm putting myself first right now. Don't forget about me. I haven't forgot about you. All those came out in pile number 1. I kind of feel like there might be, like, this is like a continuation for some of you. Please give me a second chance. Yeah, this person wants to come back, and I'm secretly obsessed with you. I know what you mean to me. I'm ready to be with only you now. So for some of you, this could be a person, yeah, they wanted to play games in the past. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. All right. That's what we have for pile number 2. That was unexpected. That was so specific and strange. I can't imagine that is resonating. Okay, good. I don't want to put salt on the wound and announce that I'm engaged now. No. Like you said, I feel like it would mess up his healing right now. So this is something that this person's learning. Just because you experience something negative doesn't mean that it's not healing. And what did we just spend time talking about here is that this person needs to watch you grow and flourish. And they need that as a part of their healing journey to connect them. This is weird, to connect them with their heart space. It's to connect them with their heart space. Only pain will do it. We all have different ways. So this is reminding me of pile number 3 in the message that came through yesterday with the parent-child separation. And there they had like a deceased family member and potentially a child that would put little happy things in their path to make them smile. And that was to light them back up to their heart space. Well, with this group, it's the pain. It's the longing. And I think this is the group where they've stirred that up in other people from being selfish. They've made other people feel insecure or long for them or something, and it gave them a sense of power and control. So this is just that karmic string. That's just this karmic string like getting snapped back. And now they're experiencing the pain and the longing. And even that pain and longing, because the universe is ultimately benevolent, it's waking up their heart. That's the tower moment to the heart, where they're realizing that they lost their soulmate. They need to realize that, and that it was their own doing. Because I think this person understands that they got taken in by a charlatan, but they wouldn't have if their heart was in the right place. And if they gave a shit about other people, they wouldn't have. So it's a part of actually waking up that heart chakra, which I feel like is the next stage in this person's spiritual journey, is actually waking up that heart chakra, because I'm hearing it needs to be their rudder. And right now it's not. So even though it will hurt, we have to pull those concepts apart. Just because it's causing someone pain, and that's what they're learning, and that came out in their reading too. Just because they're experiencing pain doesn't mean they're being victimized. It doesn't mean that something wrong is occurring. It actually is a sign of healing. It's actually what needs to happen. And our egos we have to hold our egos back from trying to put their own spin on what's going on here, because our ego doesn't understand that like broader perspective. So, okay. Now, moving on to pile number 3. Let me just get some more tea, maybe a little water. Pile 2, it's real. Yay. Okay, I'm so glad it was resonating, because sometimes when the messages are so out there like that, I'm like, this cannot be resonating on a general reading, but it can. Catherine said, ouch, Jess. I think that was a joke of like the healing, like, ouch. It makes sense. All right, nice. Okay. So moving on to pile number 3 with the judge. There could be court involvement here in this. Okay, if you are in a court scenario with this person, they don't want to talk. They don't want to talk except for through their lawyers. They're not interested in that. That's like very specific. They were really hurt here in this situation, or there's some kind of pain. That's a very specific situation here. All right. All right, Spirit, for pile number 3, what messages want to come out? You're not on the same page. Okay, I'm hearing you don't understand each other. You're not on the same page. There's too much confusion, so they're not wanting to talk right now in order to avoid wires getting crossed. If there's a possibility to have like a mediator or something, then that's what this person wants. Yeah, they don't know what they think here about the situation. They just don't feel like having a conversation right now is the right thing to do. They're very muddled. They're very confused. This is a person who feels like they need to work things out within themselves to understand what they truly feel, and they want to do that without your input and without anyone else's input, so that they know their position, they know what they think, they know their stance, and then they can actually come back through and have a conversation here, because I feel like this could potentially be a very complicated situation. It's given them a lot of heartaches. This person doesn't know if they've been betrayed by you, is what I'm getting. They don't know if they have or haven't. They know that they have experienced pain, but they don't know if they have been betrayed or not. They don't know what your intentions are. And so this person's at a crossroads, and they really don't know which way they're wanting to go. So this is a person who's just saying, look, if I'm not communicating with you in the 3D, it's because I'm going through all of this. And I think this is something that you kind of know. This person feels like this might be reflected in your space as well, and they're just trying to be respectful of that. They're trying to find their balance. Yeah, they're trying to find their balance point here in this situation. They feel needled is what I'm getting, like needled. I'm getting the image of like, back in the day when, I can't remember which, I think this maybe was this in Asian cultures. I don't know. Like the practice of like putting rice down on the floor before you kneel for prayer. Like I'm seeing that like with this person. There's some kind of, they feel pain. Okay, this has to do with family, and it's like, I think this has to do with family and maybe wanting to start over, but maybe even starting over on their own. This person's doing a lot of thinking, and they're being very clear-minded. For some of them, they could be getting assistance from like a therapist or something to help them like organize their thoughts and to be very level-headed about this. I feel like this is a situation where there's a lot of conflict, there's heightened emotions, and also a lot of love. And they want to get to this love. They want to get to this like pure, loving situation, but they know that it requires a certain amount of independence, and they need some kind of help sorting out certain things and remaining level-headed, and they feel like they need to protect themselves. This person's guard is up. They don't know if they can trust you. This person doesn't know if this is like just a fantasy or a lie. Like if you'll come back and say that you're sorry, but like whether or not you mean it or you don't mean it, they don't know. Like because of something that's gone on here in the past. This person has a lot of love. There is a lot of nostalgia here, but it's confusing them even more. Like the mixture of it all. So they just want some kind of insight. Some of you did send this person a message, or they're afraid if they did that it would just come out raw, or it would come out like an argument and it would change things, when really what's needed right now is just peace and like taking a break and getting a new perspective. That's what this is all about. Yeah, and getting stable. So for some of these people, they feel like until I get out on my own, there could have been like some dependence here, because like I'm seeing this as a family situation. So it's like, listen, until I get out on my own and I have my own like home and structure, and I know that I'm like especially financially independent, and I'm not reliant on you, or I'm not in a place of weakness, I'm not coming back, because I think this person feels like maybe there's manipulation in this space. There's a lot of grieving. There's a lot of sadness in this pile. This person's sad and confused. So it's like, how am I supposed to give you a message when I'm confused? When I'm confused and I don't actually... Yeah. They want a new beginning, but they are also wondering if they've been a fool. Here, maybe getting involved. There could have been some kind of sneaking around here in this situation as well, behind their back. And not for all of you is this a romantic situation. If there is, I feel like there could have been some kind of like sudden cheating or something like that. So they don't know how they feel about you in this situation. But if this isn't a love situation, then still this person feels like you had a very strong soul bond, very strong soul connection. There was still some like very shady, underhanded, sneakery like behavior that was going on in this situation that they actually need to pull back and see clearly. Because this person's acknowledging that they have love for you, but that love could potentially be clouding their judgment, and that they need to take a very hard look at you objectively, or what's gone on here in the situation objectively, and not be a fool anymore, and not make any sudden movements, and not make any sudden decisions, because this is a difficult decision, and they are at a crossroads, and they're recognizing, I'm hearing, I've been deaf, dumb, and blind. And this could have been in the situation with you. It also could have just been in the past. This person's maybe waking up to the seedier side of humanity altogether, and they're just confused. They have a lot of options, and they have a lot of pain. And that's not really a great place to be in, to try to make a decision, having a lot of options and a lot of pain. This person needs to heal. And that's all I'm hearing. Seeing is like, there's a lot of love here in the situation with the 8 of Cups. I need to walk away. I need to find my independence. I need to find my clarity, and I need to heal. I need to engage with my joy and my happiness. I need to be free. And just right now, that's not with you in this situation. Yeah, this person is just wanting to find like an easy space. I'm feeling the feelings that I felt when I was at Omega of like, community and working together and having things be casual, but feeling like you were building something. Yeah, easy come, easy go. Like, just this person's looking for easy and respect. Yeah, they just are looking for some kind of... They are really trying to boss up in a big way. They're going from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Wands. This is huge because this person in the past felt like on shaky ground. They felt immature, I'm hearing, or insecure, maybe financially as well. And so this person's been working really hard. That's something that they want to tell you too. They've been working really, really hard on themselves in the material world in order to like boss up, really in order to boss up. I feel like they've been doing this kind of behind the scenes. They've been working on their balance. Yeah. Because this person feels like they were in a weakened position, either because this person could have been a child, or they could have been dependent on a family in some way. They were in some kind of weakened position, like low self-esteem, difficult money situation, and it put them in a negative position to have to accept offers from shady people or from people who didn't mean well for them. So they took like what little they had and they guarded it, and they were protective of it, and they planted their seeds, and they've just been tending those seeds diligently. I'm hearing I ran away, and I'm not coming back until I like figure this out. So too much chemistry, and he doesn't understand. It's either all or nothing. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely view this as some kind of karmic situation. They feel like they want to end this cycle of feeling confused, harmed, of secrets. I'm also hearing what you don't know can hurt you in this situation. And this person feels like they made themselves too vulnerable to these kinds of things in the past. I think it hurts this person to think that they trusted people, or that they showed love, and this could be with you or not with you. Like, this could even if you're a new person, like this could still be affecting things. So it's like this person, it hurts them to think that they were so vulnerable and so trusting and so loving with people who took advantage of them, who confused them, who judged them, who used love and affection as a carrot towards them. And this person's growing in strength. In regards to manipulation, and they're breaking free. They're breaking free by getting clear. Here at the bottom of this, we've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So it's like the Queen of... This is a person who's learning the King of Swords has to come first. And then you can get to the Queen of Cups with this person. Because I think this person has a lot of love to give, but they feel kind of like skinless is what I'm getting. Or they felt that way in the past, so they have to be discerning. Thank you so much, JL. Yeah. They are... So I'm hearing... Say something. I'm hearing I'm giving up on you, but they don't want you to say anything. I just was singing that song, and they were like, I don't want to hear from this person. I want my space. I want to figure myself out. I'm sorry if this is a difficult message. They feel you though, even though you are apart, they would tell you that. I think this person sees you as somebody who is all these things: independent, happy, They think you've got stuff going on for yourself. I knew exactly what I was doing came out. So for some of you, this person is kind of wanting to throw it in your face a little bit. Like, listen, I know I'm a sweetie, but I can be strategic when I need to be. So there was I knew what I was doing, getting away from the situation, you know? I'm starting to understand our connection, but this feels like I'm starting to understand that I needed to boss up. Yeah, this is somebody. Look, I know I knew exactly what I was doing. I know I was a distraction from your pain. This person maybe feels like you were playing games with them. I couldn't let you get close to me. I feel you even though we are apart. Yeah. So if this person has separated from you, they couldn't let you get close to them. I mean, yeah, this is all coming through pretty clearly for me, even though their thinking is muddled and unclear. We have that at the bottom of the deck, grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. This is a situation that requires careful handling. September's coming out. This person is really looking for some celebration, fun, and enjoyment in order to sing themselves back to like an easier, lighter place. And they're looking for love. I don't know if this person is in a relationship or if they will be soon. This could be the person. This could be your energy, right? Because remember in pile number 2, I was like, there's a soulmate coming in. Because we got the lovers here at the bottom of the deck and then this heart energy. This person's definitely looking for love. Genuine love. Soulmate love. Love, deep affection, and caring. This person has a really amazing heart. With this broom energy, I'm kind of getting the tradition of like witches with their brooms. They sweep out like all the negativity. I feel like you feel that you've had unsuccessful plans with this person. And this person is being encouraged not to lower their standards. Involvement with the law. For some of you, there's either this involves a court scenario or there's something here where there's consideration of involving the law. So if there was something untoward or if there was something that was illegal, this person has considered involving law enforcement. Work, achievement, and success. Okay, so for some of you, right, if this isn't your own energy, right, that was a shot across the bow. Like some of you need to understand that this person's not playing. Like I think for some of you, there's, you could say the wrong thing. You could end up in legal trouble by contacting this person. And spirit would do that. So for some of you, it's like this person wouldn't even initiate those proceedings. Something else will. Boat, money or property through inheritance, winning or windfall. Too much concern with sexual matters. Work, achievement, and success. Yeah. I'm not feeling that this person has too much concern with sexual matters. Maybe you do. I feel like this person's energy is the rabbit energy, though, where it's like very sweet and very... A rabbit's kind of a prey animal. They've got to sleep underground in a warren. They have to be like hyper vigilant. Like I think like potentially people could be after this person because like for sex, because this person may well be attractive. Maybe they have money or they will get money, or maybe you were trying to get money out of this person. I don't know. But this person wants to get money through the right avenues, through work, achievement, and success. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what else I can say, except for spirit is heavily involved in this. With the candle energy at the bottom, you will be shown the way. I feel like this person is trusting in that they're going to be shown the way if they hold true to their boundaries, because spirit's working with this person, spirit's guiding them, but also, and they're meant to be following their passion here and paying attention to their health. Because I think this situation, something here with this casket energy, someone is going out of your life or there's the end of a situation. And it is going to, I think, positively affect this person's health if there's somebody who's just messing with them, you know. But, and they're beginning a long journey, either physical or mental, that will leave them wiser at the end. So this person's very much on a healing journey. But I think so are you. Like spirit is saying, look, you will be shown the way. You are on this journey as well on your side of things that will leave you wiser at the end. Pay attention to your health, connect with your passion. And for some of you, yes, this situation will never go back the way that it was before. Something here has been tanked. And I think it was the fun energy. Oh my gosh, look, chair empty. Someone's leaving your life. Be careful, do not take risks. I cannot stress that enough. Be careful, do not take risks in this situation. It may well end you up in trouble with the law. Some of you see this person as sweet, and they are, but you don't see that this person is smart, and that they are, remember, I just keep going back to that card. I knew exactly what I was doing. Like, but it feels like to get away from you. It took a lot of mental power or something to like navigate this situation. They are smart and they are capable. They are being encouraged by spirit to hold certain boundaries here. So if you prove that you are unwilling to honor people's boundaries, this person will have legal grounds to deal with you. That's the situation, I feel like. Spirits put you in a situation where it's like, if you do not, just by the nature of you, honor other people's boundaries, there's a situation that's been like set up here where the law can get involved. If you violate this person's boundaries, it can trigger a law enforcement. You'll be dealing with the law. You won't be dealing with this person. That's what I want to say. I feel like, yeah. So, that's my Luna cat. So I feel like this is sending you into your emotional space, and it's meant to, and that's okay. That's where your long journey is. You have work to do in this situation, but it's not on the physical. It's not through like reaching out in this person. It's internal. Right now, your journey is internal, and like going within and processing your emotions and what's hidden and your fears and illusions and any hidden strategies, all of that. Like you're meant to go within. Whereas I feel like this person's actually meant to be protecting their space on the physical. So it would go a long way if you kind of showed this person that they didn't have to protect themselves on the physical from you, because you're learning your lessons and you're respecting their sovereignty and you're respecting their boundaries that they've set up here. Yeah, I'm not really even going to pull some of the love messages here because this doesn't feel like that kind of a situation. Again, I keep forgetting to put this mule and the door energy. I feel like this person's moving through a new door and they kind of feel like maybe you can be very stubborn or unwilling to change. That's the question that kind of hangs on this person's mind is, are you this way? Are you stubborn and unwilling to change? That's what they're trying to figure out. Because this person, I feel like, would be willing to go through this door with you to open up some kind of like new beginning. But if you're stubborn and unwilling to change, this person's not about it, because they're not going around with you anymore. They don't want to have the same relationship that you had together in the past. They just don't want that. They feel like, yeah, like I'm hearing the word arrogant. Like you can be haughty or arrogant or just immovable, and they need to be seen. This is somebody who like needs to be seen. And they feel like the wires just cross on communication. So that's what they're trying to figure out is like, is this literally we're just missing each other on communication, or are you just being obstinate as a means of just digging your heels in and not having to look at yourself? If this is a child, I'm hearing, I wanted a parent who can show me how to look at themselves, who can actually demonstrate their own, like, looking at themselves, you know? So this was a heavy one. But I do feel like there's opportunities in this situation if everybody does their work. This is reminding me of pile number 3 in the previous reading, where it's like, this seems like a very difficult situation to navigate, but if you follow your heart, it's not impossible. And I think for you, following your heart is actually dealing with your own internal landscape. I think you want to make it better so bad, or you want to go after this person so bad that you want to make some kind of connection on the physical. You want to bother them on the physical, ring their doorbell, show up on their door. Don't do that, because it would just demonstrate that you're not learning your lesson. Go within, actually process this, actually look at your own behavior, not just theirs. I could have done this differently. I could have done that differently. For them, they actually need to prove to themselves that they can hold a boundary with you on the physical. Because if this person, and this would have nothing to do with you at this point, if this person can't hold a solid boundary with somebody on the physical, then they can't be in a relationship with someone as strong-willed as you, is what I'm getting. Like potentially even as stubborn, because some of you I think could well be stubborn. Some of you are just extremely strong-willed or like matter of fact. And so it's like, I'm just me getting railroaded, and that's not a relationship, and it's not something I'm interested in. You know, there's something like that. So, okay. And I just saw the flag. So don't be tempted to lower your standards here in this situation. And yeah, this is all, I keep hearing that word contemplate. This is all about contemplation. And starting a new cycle starts with contemplation for this group. Starting a new cycle starts with contemplation. So cool. Yeah. Anonymous said, it's been 7 years. I've changed so much in that time. Has she? That's the kind of questions on this person's mind. Because there is love here. And I picked this up and I didn't share it, but I've never loved anyone the way that I loved you. So there is, especially if there's like a parent-child, of course that's going to hold true. There is a lot of love here, but it's like not enough. Like, you know? And so it's like, yeah, I love you so much. Of course I would have you in my life if I felt like that was something we could do in a healthy, productive way. So law got involved already. This is definitely a situation where it's like law enforcement or like the court system is already involved, or spirit is saying, if you don't watch it, this will not be handled just between the two of you. This will be handled in a court of law. All right. So look, and then I couldn't let you get close to me. Like there is something here of like, this person is healing and they need to be in their own energy right now. Okay, so these were very strange messages that were coming out, very specific. So maybe these are the messages that like really needed to be seen. They were just so specific. They were so specific. So I feel like people are dealing with very specific situations here. So I'm just going to stretch my legs and then we'll get into the message, like just the overall message if Spirit has anything that it's wanting to share with you. Okay, I'm so glad. I hope this is resonating. Cool. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and all the support and people who have been encouraging others to hit the like button and yeah. All right. Let me just take a drink of water. Let's see. Okay, definitely keep your eyes open. Definitely keep your eyes open here. Watch for signs, synchronicities, messages. I feel like this is like a high time for receiving spiritual messages. For some of you, these messages are preventing you from being victimized or to process a situation where you feel like you were deeply hurt. For others of you, it's illuminating some kind of an addictive pattern here that you are meant to overcome and see clearly. Okay, there's a lot of anger and rage. But okay. There's a situation here. I don't know which of these people you are, so just take this from whichever perspective it's resonating. There's a situation where there's a lot of anger and rage. It could potentially, I kind of feel like it's coming from one person in a certain scenario, and then there's another person here who is remaining above it, who remaining behind their walls. And I feel like, thank you so much, Alanya, for the 1999. And this person who's staying behind their walls, it's like they really, this card, this is a lady, Pomona. She has everything. She's like, I think the most beautiful woman in the land, and everybody wants her attention, and she feels scared because of that. And so she stays kind of like walled in, and she's got everything that she needs. So there's a person very much like this who is not interested, and is not meant to be playing ball here, like with this person who is very angry. I feel like whoever this person is that's very angry is meant to be observing their anger here at this time, maybe observing their impulsivity, or some kind of an addictive spirit. I actually feel behind this anger and rage is a lot more emotional content that is much more nuanced. As they say in psychology, anger is never a primary emotion. Usually when the anger subsides, there's some level of hurt, or like there's another emotion, feeling embarrassed, feeling something, there's something more tender kind of beneath it. So if you are this person and you're in this anger or rage, because I feel like you could have potentially been humbled here in this situation by this other person, and they didn't really necessarily even do anything to you. If you are the person that's in this anger or rage kind of position, I don't think this person necessarily, like, they didn't take like any offensive action towards you. You might have even been kind of coming at them. Either you came at them with your speech or with your actions, or just with this energy of being very nasty, very negatively intended, trying to shapeshift like around this person, and then you got released. This person was like, no. And because you're in this state of anger, you're projecting out that this person's power was in the state of anger, but really it was just kind of like righteousness, and it is some kind of karmic rebalancing of like some kind of redemptive energy. If you are this Pomona person, they're just saying like, remain calm. Your energy is calm, and I think you feel this energy kind of whipping around you, but it's nothing to do with you. Like at the end of the day, it's honestly nothing to do with you. This person has hurt a lot of people. I feel like there's a reckoning going on with this like particular individual. They try to shape shift. And for a lot of you, this could even be like a masculine energy that tries to act like they're, I don't know, like strong, and they really genuinely are butthurt at like being released here because they feel like they have a golden cup or they have something to offer you. Shiva, you have a lot of spiritual protection here. There's something that is being destroyed. And so within this person with the anger, it's this addictive pattern. This like puffing out energy. This is going to be destroyed. It's going to get them nowhere. So don't feel afraid of this. Like if there's a threat of physical violence, like you need to take the steps to protect yourself on the physical. You need to alert law enforcement. You need to take all of the steps and protect yourself. Trust in the Lord, but tie up your camel. But this person is being held at bay. They're being checked. This person is probably trying to be strategic here in some way, but what they don't understand, because this person, we've seen this time and time again where they lack wisdom and they deeply misunderstand spirit, is that they're falling right into spirit strategy. They're falling right into spirit strategy. I feel like they're chasing their own tail. And it's a gateway here to a new life. And I think seeing this person in this, because what I'm describing is kind of sad. Like, I think they try to puff out like they are big, bad, and tough, but it's actually really, I'm hearing the word pathetic in my mind, but it's like, it is actually very sad. I think it's kind of like, this is you, where you're like sad and you know that they're struggling, but you're not to get involved. You're not to get involved. You are doing the right thing by just staying centered and like staying in your calm energy. And you're just being encouraged to do that. And you have protection. Okay. You've got a lot of protection. And I'm hearing this is a gateway to a new life. It's a gateway to healing. And I think for some of you, it's like watching this person kind of whip around and like devolve in real time. Some of you will notice, either you'll feel this energetically or you'll notice that this person is really devolving. You're going to discover some kind of like new pathway within yourself. But you're dealing with a very negative energy, and this energy maybe has addictions, maybe struggles, keeps themselves blinded is what I'm hearing, and they want to get you in a way. This is their pattern, their habit. They want you to be blamed for something that's not actually your fault. They also might not be very smart. Because in this, like what I'm saying is like in this story with Rhiannon, because she's the queen that gets ousted from her kingdom and she gets framed for the killing of her own child, which she didn't actually do. That's what I'm saying. Like this person wants to frame you for being this way. This is classic narcissism, right? They project their own nonsense onto you. But in that story, it was the king's mother, that was actually the mastermind behind it, the intelligence, the brain behind like framing her. The king actually loved Rhiannon, but in that story, they say this line about him: never did a man use his wits less. They kind of mean he's a little dumb. And he really wasn't catching on to who the people were here in this situation. So there might be like other parties that are kind of that way, but you are the fighter. And I feel like maybe you've lost some battles here, but you are winning the war. And not to put it in terms of that like fighting level, but I just feel like your energy is being supported by spirit. And so this negative cycle is well and truly being put at an end. That's why we have Shiva coming in here so strong here, because he rules over destruction, but this is positive destruction. Addicted to attention. This looks like addicted to power and being right and like kind of chess playing. I don't think this person necessarily wants attention. I think they would actually say something like that to try to like neg you. If you are actually starting to heal and starting to do better for yourself, they'll frame that as like an addiction to attention. And this person, they feel your strength and your abundance, and you're stepping into your purpose. So yeah, you're stepping into your purpose here and your power. And it's this person, they just can't stand it. They're just like railing against it. And they're just trying to come up with all these ways, but you're so protected. It just keeps coming out here how protected you are because of your commitment to spirit and because of your commitment to your own authenticity and because you're coming here from a really genuine place. Some of you may travel in your sleep, so pay attention to your dreams. But some of you may actually travel, and I'm getting that this is like traveling from where you are now to a position of leadership. I feel like there's some kind of elevation associated with your energy. you've gone from a place of like potentially being somebody's victim, like somebody, not that you're a victim, but like somebody tried to victimize you. You're going from that energy to actually your energy is promoting, and you are in some kind of like a leadership energy, and certainly your energy is trumping any other energy that's coming through here, because there's something I'm hearing, only you could do this. Only you could do this. And like, there's something as well, you have to trust that in being compared to your energy, your very high vibrational energy, the trueness of this person shows. Their nastiness shows. Their low blows show. Because I feel like if you have to check somebody, or if you have to say something difficult, the intentionality behind it, that you are doing it towards a healing purpose, where it's like, listen, you know, I have to point this out about you because we literally, this is unsustainable. We cannot go on with you continuing to be in this energy. This needs to be said. You will be the one to say things. That's when you actually speak up. This other person does it through defensiveness, through, negging other people. It's a much lower vibration. But all they can really see is that if you say something hard, well, then they're going to say something hard. They only look at the conversational energy and they say, well, you said something hard and I said something hard. We're both doing it. Why is it good for the goose but not the gander, huh? Like, that's this person's energy. And you're like, because the intentionality behind it couldn't be more different. The way that we utilize that energy, the two of us, could not be more different. So just stay committed. Oh my gosh, in December. That's so crazy. Spirit wants you to know that there are blockages that are being unlocked for you here at this time. And just to stay in your balance, that you are a beautiful soul, you're a beautiful person, and that your power comes from just peace. Like, just from maintaining your calmness and just maintaining your peace. And I think some of you did go through some difficult time, like maybe an ending, maybe a time when you felt like you were at this other person's mercy or something like that. But your absence was felt. There's people, like, I think this needed to happen. Like, if you did get like knocked by this person in any way, and then I think that was what was needed for the people around, because it's kind of like Scar taking over Pride Rock. Everybody knows that Pride Rock was different under Scar's leadership. Everybody knows that. So maybe there were certain people in the past who couldn't see this person before, but because of your absence and because of how you've maintained yourself in this situation, now people can actually see the difference in who you are. And you actually needed that. You couldn't have seen that before, but you actually needed that to come through. And it's actually strengthening your position overall. So that's what Spirit is saying, is like, they're really trying to get you to pull back and see the situation from their eyes, from Spirit's eyes, like through the eyes of wisdom. That's what kind of what I was saying before, of like, when you experience pain, or even when you think that you experienced a loss, this just keep going. Like, we shall see. It's like that Cohen with the sage, and he's out riding on his horse and he falls and he breaks his leg, and they're like, wow, what poor fortune. And he goes, we shall see. And then because he was recovering in the hospital when his house caught on fire that night from a lightning storm, he wasn't in there when it completely burned down, and they were like, wow, what great fortune. And he goes, we shall see. And, then he probably caught a stomach bug from being in the hospital, and they say, wow, what terrible fortune. And he goes, we shall see. Because from our perspective, from our limited human perspective, our ego's perspective of like, the ego looks at things through preferences and aversions. And that's what you have to understand. Preferences and aversions are not the same thing as the totality of good or the totality of bad. The ego has preferences. It would prefer not to have a broken leg. But sometimes Spirit or the universe will use that broken leg to maneuver everybody into a position that they wouldn't have otherwise been, in order for things to flow for the highest and greatest good of all beings. And you have no way of understanding that from the ego's perspective. So they're wanting you to be aware that you are seeing things through the egoic perspective when you say, well, this was good or this was bad, and when you're not considering, let me just stay free flowing in this moment. Of course, you're going to have your preferences and aversions, but say that. I would prefer this. I would prefer not to have a broken leg. Well, that's true. That's true. And that's understandable, So there's things going on here in this situation where things you can't understand. But I think also what Spirit's trying to do for you is get you in a position where you can turn around and look behind you and say, all of that was unfolding for my highest and greatest good. I was in a really sticky situation with that person. I was in a really sticky situation over there, and everything kind of unfolded exactly as it needed to, for me to see clearly, for everybody else to see clearly, and for that person ultimately to have to look at themselves through losing whatever power and influence they were trying to strategically maneuver for themselves out of their own, just like I'm hearing hatred, their own blind hatred. Yeah, so all right. I think that's all I have here, guys. Thank you so much for showing up to our Friday live stream. And just keep focusing on you and your part in things, and doing the best that you can do, and showing up the best that you can, and just let the chips fall where they may. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support, and showing up here. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys. All right. If you want candles, we sell candles. The link's in the description box, and it's on the shelf below. And I think that's all I really got. All right. Bye, guys.